Rams fans, merry game day. Happy to be on a game day, although I'm very tired. Was up late last night doing Ram Showcase. It's out now, so make sure you check that out ahead of the game tonight. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to Tuna today. Can't get a hold of him, so I don't know if he's sleeping or something. But I'll make fun of him for that because I was up till 2 doing my podcast, and I'm here now. So I'll mainly be taking questions without Tuna. No conversation necessarily to be back and forth, but we'll be chatting just about the game kind of in general because I'm all doing like I did Ram Showcase last night, and I'm also doing a pregame stream tonight. So as far as all of the craziness we can get into, I guess we're fairly limited if Tuna does not show up, but we'll be okay either way. Because there is plenty to get into, obviously, about this, just the scenario that we're in. Largely, the playoffs is kind of where my brain is at as far as, something. I mean, this game is big for the playoffs in the NFC, especially. And this will shake up the entire thing, which is going to be very fun, actually. I mean, I'm excited for that because, like, worst case scenario, we don't control our own destiny, but it's not over. You know what I mean? Like a loss isn't the worst thing ever, although it does suck real hard. So obviously, we're trying to avoid that. Let me get this shared out here. Let's see. All right. Simple enough. And we'll see, like I said, if Tuna pops up. I don't area. I haven't talked to him. Can't get hold, or not that I can't get a hold of him, but he did not respond to me. So we're just rolling here. If you got questions, I definitely want score predictions for tonight as well. I feel like so many people are all over the place with their score predictions. I'll give mine right before I bounce out. But the differences I've seen in score predictions, like some people think is going to be 35-38, and some people are more in the like 16-13 range. So definitely curious to see where you are at with that. And I'm just going to assume the Tune is not going to be here for this one. So we're going to close bad boy up and yeah, let's talk about it. So we'll also bring up, let me see, I want to bring up this page. All right, how do we look? I hope okay. So before this game starts, this website, playoffstatus.com, cool website, cool tool. It kind of takes in many things into consideration to give these numbers. So the Rams right now, 58% chance to get the number 1 seed, 30% chance at the 5 seed. Obviously, we can't get the 4. We can't fall that far back. We clinched at least 7, but 1% chance to get that. And of course, the only team in the NFC that has clinched the playoffs. So no elimination scenarios available. The Rams' most important games in this one, obviously, their own. That's a massive thing. And they say that the Rams win this game, 93% chance at the 1 seed, but with a loss, that drops to 28. And that red indicates that the Rams would not control their own destiny for it. And then that 53% chance, that's where their majority would be lying. But another big game for the Rams, obviously, is going to be the Colts and the 49ers. That's less of an impact, much less of an impact if you look at their importance factor. This says 0 to 100, and this is a 236, so I don't know what the heck. It's a very important game, guys. And then the Packers and Bears, obviously, that one does have some impact as well. But kind of we're hoping almost for a tie in that game, but obviously I don't really think that's going to happen. But and then this is what they have for where we're at now if we lose and then if we win. So what we're looking at here, obviously that win, like we said, 93%, and then just everything else just dwindles, dude. So a win is it goes a very, very long way for the Rams in their playoff seeding situations. And you got your best case scenario here. Rams beat Seahawks, Packers beat Bears, and the Colts beat the 49ers. And if that happens, Rams damn near guaranteed to get the number 1 seed, which would be super crispy. We need Grandpa Rivers to beat the 49ers, so we'll see there. And then clinching options. Nothing too crazy here. Rams have already locked in at least 7, but excuse me, can get the 6 if they can beat the Seahawks and the Packers and Bears don't tie. or if beating the Seahawks and then the 49ers lose or tie to the Colts. And then obviously you got these situations too. Rams beat the Seahawks and Packers lose to the Bears and 49ers lose to the Colts. Then the Rams can do no worse than the 5 seed. And then no elimination scenarios. There won't be any elimination scenarios unless we look at potential for oh, I didn't even have it up that whole time. Gosh, that's hilarious. All right, so we're gonna take a quick peek back at this because I didn't realize that it was. I was on the screen that it was on, but I didn't realize that I was not on the thing. I'm not wearing. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing the royal blue today. I've had good luck with going opposite. Okay, this is part of the strategy. Muad'Dib, it's part of the strategy. That's hilarious though. I'm absolutely nailing this week. This has probably been the most chaotic week in my Rams coverage of all time. On top, like not only needing a new computer, but also I couldn't even use my regular uh, monitors because they aren't HDMI. My new machine only has HDMI. So I was like, crud, what do I do? And it's like, all right, guess I pull over the TV. So that's what I edited Ram Showcase on last night was this TV. It's an LG. It's pretty cool. That's too chaotic, but all right, let's take a peek at these. So the 58% chance right now to get the 1 seed, 30 there for the 5 seed. Those are pretty much what we're looking at. 1s and 5s, man. It's kind of what we're peaking at here. So yeah, 236 for that importance factor. Crazy number. And then 93% chance now, or if they can pull out the win, which is good stuff. And then the what ifs here. And Rams win this game and then, you got the situations, Packers beat the Bears or Colts beat the Niners. We can be sitting where we're almost guaranteed to be looking at the number 1 seed and a bye week. So this game goes a massive way for that. And I think that, too, the big part of that is partly because this is the Rams' last real difficult game. And, it's certainly possible that the Falcons are able to pull out something or the Arizona Cardinals are able to pull out something. But ultimately, it's one of those situations where if the Rams can win this game, we feel pretty good about the rest. And I would say too that we probably, I don't know, gosh, dude, I lost my train of thought entirely. I read a comment as I was trying to talk, and that's yeah. You're not lying, dude. You're not disaster stream. I don't even know what happened to Tuna. He was supposed to be here. I asked him if he was okay. He never said anything, so I guess he's not. Oh, search party for Tuna. We're going fishing for Tuna. That's too easy. All right. Let's see here. And then it says, got to go bone for the undefeated streak. I love it. I love that that I'm not the only one who will sit there and look at my gear and be like, last time I wore that we lost, so I can't wear that. Stuff like that. But then you get in a situation where things get completely taken out of rotation, dude. So there is that part. I need score predictions. I need bold predictions if you got any for this one. I am on the side that I don't think that this game is going to be super high scoring. I think that we're going to see a situation where, it's cold and rainy. Let's see if I can pull up the weather here. Let's take oh yeah, the good stuff. It's about the same temperature where I live as it is in Seattle today. Just we don't have rain. But let's take a peek here. All right. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay. We're just loading mad slow. That's what's going on here. Oh, and I'm not. We're nailing this, guys. I got this new computer, man. Shouldn't have bought it. Well, it's not that I shouldn't have bought it. I needed a new computer, but Christmas is in like 4 hours, and now I'm stressed about it. All right, let's see here. Let's take a peek. Okay. No, it didn't pull up. So just looking at some weather here for Seattle. This is obviously for this morning, but as we get into the evening, we are looking for the rain to actually kind of settle down as we get into those later hours. And then the temperature, that's actually not that bad. I know the wind definitely plays a factor there, but these temperatures are not that crazy. And also, I think that my brain goes a lot to the fact that they don't like, just because they live in Seattle doesn't mean they get like force fields over their bodies and they don't experience the wetness or the cold. Like they got to deal with it too, man. But it's just like, yeah, sure, we live in California and it's, beautiful all the time, but still, Mood Deep is in the Royal Blue Conductor, dude. Absolutely, man. Speaking of the conductor, I do have a signed Kobe Turner jersey for sale if anybody's interested. Trying to justify this computer purchase, man. 27-10 score prediction. I absolutely love that. That does feel right. It feels possible is what I'm trying to say here. Revenge game 2. I love that. Heck yeah. Yep. I mean, it's in his blood. It's in his life. It's, it's part of who he is. 50 degrees in California is like -2 in Colorado. That's also still not that bad. And I know what your point is, but yeah, 50. Once they get moving around, you get a couple hits in there, man. The main thing that I'm worried about is the wind. It's going to be windy and wet and a little bit chilly. I wouldn't consider this a cold game. I consider this just a chilly game. You know what I mean? Just using my phone for what? For what? All right. Did you see the Puka stuff with the YouTubers? And did you comment on it already? Just late to the stream. I did not comment on that already because I also did not see the comments, so I don't know exactly what happened. I'm temporizing my judgment or opinions on the topic until it is more clear what happened, what's gonna happen, if it actually matters, if this is being overblown. I don't know. I'm on the side of like, okay, well, I guess I'll just wait. But I don't know. I don't know how to address it yet. You know what I mean? I also don't even know who those people are. So like I heard names. It's like, oh, Puka's on with this guy. And it's like, is that supposed to be a thing where I'm like, what? Because I was like, I've never heard that name in my life. I have no idea. Kamal coming in with the 20-14 score prediction for the Rams. I would not be mad about that. Mevis kicks the game winner tonight in the rain. It'll forever be dubbed as the great field goalie. Yes. Oh man. I was born in 1991, Chris. You are speaking directly to my heart with that reference. That's so funny. But yeah, man, I would be so pleased about this if Meves, if he's able to knock one in, man, to end it and close it out and get the Rams to win number 12, dude. Look for a dozen dubs, dude. A dozen dubs. I like that. I'm gonna use that somehow all week long. If we that's a long time. I'm gonna use it too. Heck yeah, because we play tonight and then we don't play for like what feels like 4 more years. With the next game being Monday Night Football in Week 17. So it's like we're pretty much gonna watch our team play tonight, and then we have to watch every other team in the NFL play 2 times before we get to play again. And I guess that's fine. It's nice to get like a little extra bit of a break in there and stuff like that for like, especially guys like Devontae, and that we may be looking at like the return of like a Big Rig or a Big Rob maybe, or other bigs. And Devontae is mainly the one there, but that's just in Quentin Lake too. I don't know how his recovery is looking, but yeah, that's kind of cool. But heck yeah. All right. And then here we got some more questions about Puka. And I'll say I don't know. I'm very ignorant to this situation entirely. This is does Puka not have any adult friends? Why is he hanging out with children like Aden Ross? Is it Aden? I'm not sure. Again, I don't know who this person is. I don't know this name. I don't know if I'm supposed to know this person. I'm also 34. So maybe I don't know if that changes anything. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, oh, obviously you wouldn't know this person. You're an old man or whatever. But yeah, truly, True. Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Thank you for the clarity. This is not Peyo's channel though. We're on Fahrenheit in this world. Oh man. Locals are waterproof. That's right. Puka is concerning right now. I hope his teammates set him straight. That's a good point. As Devontae Adams was on Rams Revealed, and he kind of JB asked him, he's like, "Do you take on like that leadership role for Puka and like being that example?" And Devontae was like, "No, I don't need to be. He's great." So I don't know. Puka is 1 year younger than this person. So that's hilarious. All right. Let's see here. Oh, it's just like an internet troll. Okay. So is Neon the other? I don't know any of this stuff. You guys could be making this up right now. I'm not even kidding to you. You could be making up names right now, and I could be talking about like it's real news. I truly don't know who, like, what this is. Let's see here. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it. Honestly, I don't know anything about it, so I don't even know how to talk about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess I don't know what's gonna happen. People are talking about like suspensions like that. Don't know these people. Don't know the stream he was on. Don't know what was said was so bad. I've heard that the comment about the refs. That's definitely one you don't want to be saying. And Puka's been a little bit loose lately. Like you get that comment where he's at the basketball game or whatever, and he's sitting there and he's all Ravens suck or whatever. It's like that kind of stuff is like, probably shouldn't be doing that. It's hilarious. I love it. It's super funny, but like probably don't need to do that. Probably, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I guess, I don't know. He's feeling a little loose right now, and that's okay, man. He's still super young. That's a lot of money to have to be given to somebody. And also he's just like mad famous and known as like one of the best athletes in the world right now. Like, I don't know, man. I'd be going a little bit crazy myself if I was in that situation. Kamal 2 says, excited to see Akella line up on JSN. See some nice swats. Yeah, we'll definitely see that matchup, I'm sure, but I do believe that the bulk will be Manuel Forbes on JSN. And I know you're sitting there right now. You're fuming. Forbes has been being smoked the last few weeks. I can hear it already, but people are allowed to have bad days, and I talked about it yesterday on right here, and it's just one of those situations, man, where it's like there's so many different moving pieces to a defense and every single play where you're reacting and adjusting to things on the fly, and the entire field of play looks completely different every single second. And you're making 1,000 decisions based on every single one of those moves and each one of those people on that field. And you're adjusting and reacting to that. Not only are you using your brain to react and see what's going on, stuff like that, but then also your physical abilities to put that human body in motion to make the right play. And sometimes if you're a half a second late, you get what appears to be absolutely smoked by a wide receiver. That doesn't make you a bad corner. It just means, hey, that play didn't work. You're not going to win every single rep. And there's too many people that want every single Rams player to win every single Rams rep. And if they don't get them out of here, somebody else will. Well, that's not true. You're not going to win every single rep. Seeing somebody like Steve Avila get pushed down and sent down on his butt. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's crazy unfortunate. And that's like, dang, that's what, but hey, it's one play, you know what I mean? And then the next time he did it. So it's fine, so I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with that is people are allowed to have bad days, man. And Emmanuel Forbes Jr., he's also had so many good days. And I think that he's had more really, really good days than he's had bad days. And no one seems to, give any credit when somebody starts to have a bad day or two. Wait, was streamed during the off season like last time? Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. They're not there 24 hours. They don't have to work 24 hours. That would be crazy. Let's see. What Puka fails to acknowledge is that with guys like that, there's always a camera on or a phone call getting recorded. You have to be a pro. That's actually a really good point. If you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're you're going to be, talking casual and stuff like that, you do have to also have that, like, I mean, different level, obviously. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm like anywhere near like the Puka Nakua fame level or anything like that. But when I was on the radio, there was a lot of times where you're having conversations with people and it was just one of those things you had to know, like, this, if I say the wrong thing here, it could go very, very bad. Like, just be cool. Like, just be a normal person. But also, I don't put myself in a situation like brain wise, and I'm also 34. I'm way older than Puka Nakua, but I also don't put myself in a brain situation where I have to consciously think about what I'm saying or how I'm reacting to stuff, because you know what I mean. Like, you don't have to pretend to be somebody if you are that person. Does that make sense? Playing Puka if we lose tonight. All right, that's fine. It's not Puka's fault if we lose tonight. It's there's too many factors for it to be one person's fault, in any sense. On a positive note, here we go, Moody. Thank you for switching this around. This is the most drama we've had in like 10 years. That's fair too. I feel like this is the first like true dramaticness we've had since like the girly stuff. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Forbes will be fine. Yes, dude. I don't even. I don't know anything about that either. Let's see. I was sleeping on the Seahawks team, and you shouldn't either. Dude, bro, they're 11-3. No one's sleeping on anybody. What are you talking about? This game's for the 1 seed in the NFC. No one's tired here, man. No one's like, Donald won't throw picks. 4 picks. Go Rams. Yeah, I don't mean to like laugh or anything like that, but it is kind of fun. No one's overlooking this game. No, there's literally, this is the only game, not like the last game of the season. Essentially, is like, this one's not the one. Yeah, Charles Cross out could be huge. Jared Verse could be fine, man. But yeah, that's I'm not trying to make fun or anything like that. I hope you're not taking it that way. It's just that was just funny to me. I'm not sleeping on this team, and you shouldn't. I'm not. They're 11-3. They're a very good football team, and we had 4 interceptions on them last time and won by 2, man. And they had a chance to win it at the end. So yeah, man, there's no sleepiness on this end. Well, there's plenty of sleepiness, but not when it comes to this game. Yes. Freaking Tuna, dude. Always lazy Tuna, man. Let's see. Oh, I thought I was pulling up a different comment. I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad about that. Let's see, you think Mump gets snaps on the goal line with DA out? I'm gonna guess no, because even though they kind of like, he's the apprentice, and they kind of talk about him like he is kind of like the more of like he's like the baby clone of Devontae Adams. That's I'm just not sure if they would put him in that situation yet, because D had a hard against the secondary, punching it in from short as well. Even in the first game, he did have that touchdown, but in the first game against the Seahawks, Adams had 1 catch for 1 yard, 1 touchdown. That was his stat line. So, it's for as far as like needing to replace production in this matchup specifically, I mean, that can come from somewhere. But I think that when we get to the goal line, we'll probably see 13 personnel with Puka Nakua, if I had to guess. We'll see. Then if we lose, do you think we still win the Super Bowl? I absolutely think this is a Super Bowl worthy team. This game does not end your season, which is good. Yeah, I do think that the Rams could still win a Super Bowl losing this game. I just don't want to play on the road in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not just because of like advantages and stuff like that. It's mainly, for me, it's because we got burned out of having a SoFi playoff game last year. And I think it would be really cool for the fans to be able to get at least one at SoFi, considering we had to have our home game in Arizona last year. So why do people always say the rain and cold will turn the Rams into badness? It's not like the other team doesn't have to play in the rain too. I was saying that earlier. It's like they don't have like a force field over them because they live close to that stadium. Like, they have to experience it just like we do. I don't know. I feel like that's like the most ridiculous thing ever. The only team that I could give any kind of like, okay, fair enough. You have an advantage in the cold weather is the Bengals, and that's because they don't have an indoor facility. So they just have to practice in it all day, all week long and stuff. So there's other teams that like it's like the Packers just practice inside. It's like so when you go to Lambeau, it's like just because our drive to work is warmer than their drive to work doesn't mean that on Sunday when we all practiced in the same exact conditions that when we all go out on the field on Sunday that they're all of a sudden like, oh, it feels like 80 out here. That's crazy. And the Rams are like, oh, it feels so cold. Like that's not everybody's cold. Okay. But start moving around. You're a professional. This is the thing. This is that's part of it. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. In fairness, like they call this a cold weather game. I don't know how cold I'm calling it. It's a chilly game is what I'm referring to it as. But yeah, historically speaking too, the Rams also have not done that well when it's a little chilly. So let's see. Rams played good in the snow in Philly. That is absolutely right, Rod. Says he's not worried. I think it's certainly possible that this is going to be totally fine. Wind chill factor. Yeah, that'll only bring it down because it's going to be wet and windy. But it's going to be in like the low 50s. So that's only going to bring it down to like 40 to 45 as far as like a feel. And again, just not that bad. I mean, we've dealt with so much worse. I was at a Rams game where it was 12 degrees. You know what I mean? And everybody's flying around out there. I know that much. Friggin' Baker Mayfield throwing touchdowns, Tyler Higbee and stuff, man. It was good stuff. Who you got winning? I got the Rams winning, dog. I'll give my score prediction because I'm going to head out of here. I got to go to work here soon. And then hit the game. So I will be doing my live stream on the Rams Showcase Facebook and YouTube channel. We'll send a search party out for Tuna, make sure that he's okay, and we'll be good. But that'll be tonight. I'm not sure exactly what time I'll start, but I'll be doing that live stream ahead of the game tonight. So as far as score predictions, we saw, I don't think anybody picked Seattle in this stream, but that makes sense. Look at what I'm surrounded by and stuff. So yeah, they're reasonable. But for this game, I think it's actually going to be more low scoring than I think some people, but obviously I think overall I did have some kind of lower ones on here, but I'm going to say that the Rams put up 20 and Seahawks put up 10. I'm going to say 20 to 10 Rams. I think that we can control the ball with the ground attack, and I think that they'll have a hard time doing that. I think if they try to control the ball with the ground attack, then the Rams will get a lot of 3-and-outs and we'll be rolling. Broncos have the altitude advantage. That's a good point. It actually is a thing. And I tell people like Rams play out in Denver next year and I live in Colorado. So, I mean, I'm used to it. I get this stuff. Colorado Springs too, where I live is actually higher elevation than Denver. So I don't know. I warn people all the time. It's like, make sure you take it easy out here and stuff. That's why the Olympic training center's out here. They call my city Olympic City, and then, but yeah, they, drinking water and stuff like that is really all you need, but it takes a couple days to kind of truly acclimate. But yeah, because on the flip side of that, that like I feel like if the Broncos are here and they're practicing in this altitude all the time, wouldn't they be damn near superheroes if they go play in Miami? And they're not. So it is a factor, but I don't think it's as big a factor as most people think. You just need to take your time. Opposing teams need to just make sure they're taking just maybe one extra play or just one more gasp on that oxygen tank, and then most people are okay. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to bounce out of here. I got to head to work. We'll make sure Tuna's good, but when we'll be back on Monday, myself and Tuna. He did. Loser. Everybody tell Tuna that I was done with Ram Showcase at 2 a.m. And so he has zero excuses. All right. Yeah. So yeah, again, live stream tonight. We'll be doing that Ram Showcase Facebook and YouTube channel. And then Tuna and the Sheriff Tuna will be back Monday. We'll see how next week's going to go because the whole week we have no game technically to talk about. So we'll check it out. We'll check it out. All right. I'm just gonna fade into the distance.